Ayo! What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Benched Podcast, episode 238. After a long break, after the draft, we are back. Joey here, Angel here as well. We are looking at the NFL schedule today. Of course, the full thing was released yesterday. Today's Thursday. On Wednesday was released, but it was kind of given to us in spurts over the last couple of days.
It was leaked. I saw the word leaked a million times on NFL Twitter.
Yes, it was leaked to us over the last couple of days in spurts, but we got the full thing now. We're going to talk about it, and then a couple big news things that have happened over the last week or so that as we've been off that we're also going to talk about the Derrick Carr thing, Derrick Henry, a couple of things like that. We're talking about all of that today. Angel, how was your break after the draft?
Good. I was able to diagnose the draft. You know, there's always like the highs and lows of draft. Like, missed this team did really well. Then a couple of days goes by and you're like, oh, maybe not as well as you thought. But then after that, we're kind of in the dead period as far as fandom, NFL fandom. Like, not much you can get on right now except for like draft profiles. I've watched Jahdae Barron's highlight tape too many times because that's all you can do right now. But feels good. I'm ready to be back. Football season start. Rookie OTAs has already happened, so we be able to see these guys, you know, throw the ball around.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree. I think there's a lot of fandom going on. You got rookie minicamp, like you said. The draft took a minute to settle down. The Shador stuff, I'm kind of glad that's out of the news cycle now. The Shador thing is settled. He's a Cleveland Brown. Let's move on. So I'm kind of glad about that. But yeah, then just the scheduled trickle of information that's been coming out has kind of kept the fans involved. And the NFL is just fully commanding the offseason. We're in the middle of the NBA playoffs, the middle of the NHL playoffs. MLB's going, and yet NFL is still front and center in America and possibly abroad.
Did you like how each team, this is like the fourth year, does their own kind of release video and stuff?
Love it.
Did you see the one that the Colts did?
Yes, I did see it. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill didn't seem too offended by it. If you didn't see it, they basically poked fun about him getting arrested, right?
Yeah, like they had it was like Minecraft where he was like a dolphin, obviously.
Hilarious.
And they arrested him. I was like, it's funny, but they were like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, man." But some intern,
it's a little cheeky.
Some intern at the Colts was like, "This is the best joke ever," and he had to take it down. His best joke ever had to be taken down because someone got offended.
Well, what's funny is that these like social media teams of these NFL franchises are all kind of having their own battle every year. Like that was their Super Bowl. Like that's what they've been working on, and teams crushed it. Like, teams absolutely crushed it. The Chargers have a legendary team. I thought the Rams really killed it with your girl, Brenda Song.
Brenda Song killed it, yeah.
And then just teams did awesome. What was it? The Cardinals, Mac Wilson rapped?
Yeah, yep. And each year we reminded how cheesy the Denver Broncos media team is. Each year, it's just we gotta get new blood. It's every year.
Well, let's be honest. You need some pigment. You need some pigment in that team.
Yeah, there's a little too much. You know, like we need some people from the other side of town. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Some creativity.
Let's check the bus stops. Let's check the park. Let's make a quick round in Walmart. Let's find the talent, if you will.
Yeah. Let's find the nearest. Never mind.
Yeah, very good. But yeah, no, the NFL schedule release videos, whatever you want to call it. They were awesome. The Minecraft one, I'm sure you're a big fan of that.
Yeah.
As a Minecraft fan yourself.
Yeah. They've gotten better, and each year it's a nice little thing to like sprinkle in this schedule. Even though like these teams know the schedule like 2 weeks before.
Yeah.
And they're able to build all this stuff.
I think it's fun. I think it's cool to turn it into an event for the fans. What do you think of all the well, I won't get into it yet. We got to save the schedule stuff. That's all I want to talk about now. But there's some stuff we need to catch up on here. Let's get into the news. All right, the news is brought to you by BETR Picks. Right now, if you use our code BENCHD, you see it up there in the right-hand corner. You will get your first deposit matched up to $250. The NBA playoffs is going on. That's a lot of fun. It's simple over-unders for the NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, MLB is going. It's a lot of fun. And hey, listen, it's available in most states. If you're in California like we are, you haven't really had a chance to be part of the action lately, and this is your chance. So download BETR Picks. use our code. You'll help out the show and also get a chance to have some fun. Listen, games are just more fun when you got someone riding on it. That's just true. It's just
Especially
science.
Look, I'm an NBA fan. If you don't like the teams that are in the Final Four, just go bet on players over unders. Because right now the Pacers aren't really fun TV to watch, but they're on TV, so you're just gonna watch them.
I disagree. Tyrese Halliburton, baby.
Yeah, sure.
But you're right though. Go put a 50 on Halliburton, and you're a big fan.
Then you're starting to be like his dad, where you're just gonna go. I'm going to the court.
Maybe too big. Maybe too big.
Talk some crap to Giannis Antetokounmpo, whatever. Incredible cojones on that guy.
I mean, this is not an NBA show, but quick, we haven't talked about this. We don't talk about much, to be honest, because I haven't had a show in 2 weeks. Yeah. Tyrese Halliburton's dad getting kicked off the court, kicked out of the stadium. A little bit of an overreaction?
Yeah, no, don't be on the court. You're a fan. I don't care if you're the dad of one of the stars. Don't be on the court.
Yeah. Wow, hardcore. Angel.
No get off the court, dude. The fans are on the court.
You're right. Like, letter of the law, you are right.
But the NBA is like, we love this. We need drama.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully they let him back in the they
will. They want another incident. The NBA needs some ratings. Yeah.
Just keep him in a suite. Like, hey, you can't be on the floor.
Yeah, but wouldn't think the Pacers were like, we need some. For the NBA, we need some ratings. Like, let's get this guy on the sideline. Let's get him yelling at people.
Him and Spike Lee on opposite sides of the court.
Yeah, let's get him just yelling at him.
You're missing an opportunity.
Which one is there? Any super fans? I'm trying to think of super fans for these teams, but the teams are a little bit lackluster.
Well, the Knicks are stacked. You got the Jenners. The Jenners showing up. You got Chalamet.
Chalamet's like, I think they're 3-1. They're win every game when Chalamet's there. Quick,
and people, it's off season, man. So we're gonna have some conversations we wouldn't normally have.
We're allowed to.
But quick question for you, because this is a very you question. I heard this conversation happen. Who has more aura? And yes, I'm using that term as a 36-year-old man. More aura. You saw the game where the stars were there. Cardi B and Stephon Diggs, or Chalamet and Kylie Jenner?
Chalamet, just because he's like
he's dripping with it.
He's the most likable out of the four. So
he's sitting there looking like he's 12 years old with some Timbs on, unlaced. Kylie Jenner is there, looking beautiful. Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you. I think it's definitely Chalamet, and NBA playoffs have been fun. They've been fun. I think overshadowed by the NFL, but they've been fun. You got shout out to Jason Tatum.
Yeah. That's not a huge Boston guy because I'm a Laker fan, but that sucks. Middle of his prime. He'll be out next year too, which is like, that sucks. But besides that, the NBA playoffs has been pretty fun.
NFL equivalent of Jason Tatum tearing his Achilles in the second round of playoffs.
I'm not putting. I don't want to say a name and put the karma on him.
No, I'm saying something that has happened.
Oh, probably. Do you remember the year when Bridgewater got hurt and the Vikings were rolling that year?
Yeah,
that's what it was. Vikings were rolling that year.
So we're thinking we have different guys, but we're thinking similar. Like a team that was rolling. I thought Brock Purdy, when he got hurt against the Eagles, it just instantly ended their chances.
Yeah, like he kind of felt like the win guy, like we don't have a quarterback now. We're not gonna beat this team. Yeah. That and it sucks. And hopefully he gets back healthier in 2027. It's a long time from now. Jeez, a long time from now. We won't see it for a while. Shout out to Jaylen Brown, who's about to get exposed as the fraud that he is.
$300 million. Better be worth it.
Go ahead. Now's your time, dude.
All right, let's jump to this news. Let's jump with Trey Henrickson. There's a lot going on in Cincinnati. Let's read through it first, and then we'll talk about it. This was Trey Henrickson giving an interview on the street to basically like TMZ-style paparazzi. Wild stuff happening in Cincinnati. Here's what he says to reporters. If I sat here with 4 sacks, they'd want a pay cut and some money back. I'm not going to apologize for the rates being paid to defensive ends in the NFL. Henrickson admitted that things have gotten personal between him and the organization. He also went on to say, I love this. There are unprovoked shark attacks, and there are provoked shark attacks. Henrickson added he's very disappointed with the communication and acknowledged that it stinks to learn how much other teams value him compared to his own. They watch me every day, and they see how hard I work. I think that's all we have as far as quotes, but it is getting messy in Cincinnati. Doesn't sound like Trey Henrickson is going to show up to anything until he's paid the way he feels he should be paid. But knowing the Cincinnati Bengals organization, that money's not coming.
And whenever you see him do like a street style interview, you know it's bad.
Not
Like
good.
they weren't even on the premise on the team like facility. You know, it's gonna end bad. Just trade him. Just trade. You don't want him, then just trade him. Like,
yeah,
he's one of the leaders in your locker room, and you're showing your other teammates like you could be the best in the league at something. We still might not pay you.
Unfortunately, they're not going to trade him because it's just not how they do business. The Bengals believe that players are nothing more than assets. That's how they treat them. That's how they pay them or not pay them. And they're not going to treat this. They're not going to see this very human reaction to what's going on and change their mind. I don't think it's going to happen. Doesn't sound like Joe Burrow's coming to his rescue the way he came to the rescue of T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. And Trey Henrickson, to me, he's losing at this point. I don't think that was a great negotiation tactic. He started complaining about the money he was going to be losing, just like already for missing the like different camps. Like, brother, you're gonna be getting hit with huge fines if you see this thing through. So if you're already balking at these fines, like, I don't know if you're gonna make it, my friend.
Yeah, it's all this to say. It's gonna be messy for that Bengals defense because if he holds out, we've seen players who hold out and don't come out the same. Like Bosa a couple years ago held out. Yeah, like they held it, and then it takes a while for them to get into it, and they don't end up having the same year or impact that they would have had. And the Bengals need him because he's by far the best player on their entire defense. So without him, without Trey Henrickson, that's like the worst defense in the league. Like they can't rush a passer, they can't guard anybody, and they can't like what are you good at? They weren't good at a lot of things last year.
What you hope doesn't happen is that the Bengals just say, well, if he doesn't play, we save $17 million and we benefit financially anyway. So go ahead and hold out. But unfortunately, it sounds like some of exactly how they would think. Oh, yeah. How did you feel about the whole coach exchange where Zach Wilson, where he in that interview he also explained how. What's that?
Zach Robinson.
Sorry, Zach. Say again.
See, Zach Robinson.
It's not Zach Robinson either. What's the name?
Yeah, it is. Zach Robinson.
Zach Robinson is an OC somewhere. Where we talking?
Zach Taylor.
Zach Taylor.
Sorry, Zach Taylor. The most generic name in the world. Sorry.
Too many white Zachs in the league.
Yeah. Sorry, Zach.
Zach Taylor had texted him and said, "Hey, if you don't show up to camp, you're going to be fined." How do you feel about the coach handling that?
Players have and coaches have interesting. Like, I don't mind that. I can see Andy Reid texting people like, "Hey, if you're not going to come, we're going to fine you."
Yeah, well, Andy Reid's like the quasi like GM.
Oh,
like they have a GM.
I can see Sean Payton doing that. The Broncos have a GM. Yeah. I don't mind it. It's just a guy. He's trying. Hey, like I'm gonna tell you directly. Like,
I don't like that flow. Let the owner, let the president of football operations, the GM,
yeah.
Let those guys be the bad guy. As the head coach, I like when the head coach just says, "We want him back. Can't wait to have him back. Hope something gets figured out." I like because that's the guy who has to deal with on a day-to-day basis. I don't like Zach Taylor. Like, hey, bud, you missed these camps. We're gonna be finding you $100,000 or whatever every day. Or I don't know. I didn't love that. But there's a lot of things the Bengals are doing and the way they're handling the situation that just doesn't seem the way good teams do it. But Trey Henrickson the Bengals without Trey Henrickson, you mentioned playoff team or no?
They barely won with him, so no. Yeah. They had him last year.
Yeah,
they had him last year. He led the league in sacks, and they didn't mean anything. So they need him. Maybe that's an indictment on him. Like, hey, dude, you're the best player in sacks last year, and you didn't. Our defense was still bad, so we're not gonna. Whatever. It's all negotiation. It's all ugly. It's pretty messy. I hate to see it because, from all accounts, he's been like a workhorse kind of helmet. Like what's it called? Like a lunch bail.
Yeah. Hard hat.
Kind of player, just be treated like he hasn't done anything.
We'll see how that works out. It doesn't seem like it's going to a very good place. Most likely, we're looking at a holdout here for Trey Henrickson and just the Bengals playing this year without Trey Henrickson, without a lot of other players that were on that already terrible defense last year, with a brand new defensive coordinator. They're going to have to blitz like crazy because they don't have a pass rush without Trey Henrickson, unless Shamar Stewart, who's also at the moment not attending team organized activities because of financial issues.
Rookie holdouts, I'm not sure if there's a lot of leeway with the contract there, bud.
Yeah.
And so just on on holdout watch. Running back James Cook, that's a holdout.
Yeah.
That might be a holdout. Trey Henrickson, a holdout. Shamar Stewart for some reason. He wants to be in the news. Like whatever, dude. You had 6 sacks your entire college career, but sure, hold out.
Yeah.
So just a couple things to keep an eye on as you approach minicamp and training camp. Yeah.
Other big news here. Some players that did get paid. Let's start with the Yeti himself, Mr. Derrick Henry, on the wrong side of 30. Everyone says gets a contract either way. Baltimore Ravens and Derrick Henry agreed to a 2-year contract extension, $15 million per year, the most ever for a running back over 30 years old. Deal negotiated there by his agent. Good job for that. $25 million, by the way, fully guaranteed. So Derrick Henry in Baltimore is something we're going to see for the foreseeable future. And I, for one, am very, very excited about it. I think it worked out. I think if Saquon Barkley hadn't had the year he had and then go on to win the Super Bowl and kind of dominate that conversation, we'd be talking a lot more about Derrick Henry, like 1,800 yards.
Fantastic year. Great fit. Like hand and glove fit. Like it worked out so naturally. Yeah, and good for him. For these running backs, they kind of made it a thing for each of them. Like, let's bump up the age where, like, maybe we don't get paid a lot, but maybe let's, like, get the longevity going. Like, last year, James Conner had a great year. Derrick Henry had a great year. Saquon Barkley had 2,000 yards rushing. He's on the older side for running backs, apparently. Like, I'm glad to see these running backs
on his second contract.
Yeah, I'm glad seeing these running backs last longer than what they're supposed to. Because that just means it better get more contracts. Derrick Henry just got paid. Christian McCaffrey a couple years ago, I mean, obviously different. He's hurt now. Got paid when he was older. So I'm liking this for the running back position as a whole.
Yeah, and it's a contrast too. Having talked about the Bengals right now, they have a player in their prime that they don't want to reward.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I mean, not to be fair, but to be transparent about it all, Trey Henrickson did sign a contract before he should have. He signed it on a down year just to grab the money, and now wants to be rewarded according to his production. So say what you will about that, but at that contrast against the Ravens paying Derrick Henry, who had 1,800 yards rushing, the Eagles re-upping on Saquon Barkley, who they rode to a Super Bowl. These other organizations saying, if you play well for us, we will pay you, we will reward you, and we'll keep winning, and we'll keep being some of the best teams in the NFL because of it. Contrast that to the Bengals in division for these Ravens not wanting to pay their superstars. It's just like it just looks that much worse. It makes the Ravens look that much better. Any downside to this contract? I mean, are we getting 2 years out of him?
Just the age thing, but Derrick Henry kind of like defies human anatomy sometimes. He's just a phenomenal specimen. I think he'd be fine. But it's the age thing. That's the only thing, because I think he's going to age pretty well. That system, the best running back is probably still Lamar Jackson, even though Derrick Henry just ran for 800 yards. Like it's
right.
So I think it's going to go great.
Does this put him in Baltimore for the next 3 years then, or is this just 2 years? Like, is it this year, next year, or this now? All right, last year of his first contract, this year, and then we tack on 2 more years to
It's probably 2 more years because that doubt.
I think so, right?
Yeah, it's a contract extension without the drama.
Are we getting what kind of version of Derrick Henry do you see being in year 3 of this contract then?
Oh, when it's 2026?
Yeah. Well,
like
right?
Like a David Montgomery, like still good, not great, but still good. Like a pass, like a very tough running back.
That's worth it. That's worth it.
It's worth it. Yeah, that's teams would love a David Montgomery type of running back.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I'm glad it's working out. When he left the Titans, you did. I wasn't ready to be over yet watching 22, and maybe that slow start to his career is now helping him stay fresh for a little bit longer and play well into his 30s. Let's get to another story here that broke a couple days ago. Derek Carr dealing with a shoulder injury, which we all heard about, that he might miss the season. Well, he's gonna miss a lot more than that. He's retiring. He's done. Derek Carr hanging it up for his career. 10 years, I think, in the NFL, 10 or 11, something like that. While Carr tried to injection and rehab, it wouldn't allow him to be 100% without another procedure. Both sides decided it's time to just move on. So Derek Carr officially done in God, where did he play? New Orleans. And I mean, as much as we have not crapped on him, but kind of made fun of him a little over the years, he had a solid NFL career.
Yeah, he was drafted the same year as Khalil Mack. So if you're Raiders GM, like, that's a pretty good draft. And if he stuck with the Raiders for this long, like teams would have killed in that time to have a quarterback as steady as Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Like I'm a Bronco fan. We had years we had no quarterback play. We'd kill for like a Derek Carr. So
Yeah.
he has a mock because wasn't the greatest, but he wasn't bad. He's just an average quarterback, which is what most teams would kill for.
And speaking of Jason Tatum type injuries, that year he broke his ankle. He was an MVP kid. It was the Carson Wentz situation. He was an MVP candidate.
He had an ankle. They had a big back injury and then the shoulder stuff. So it was just what's a little weird about this one is that this happened after they drafted Tyler Shug. And he could have been on
right.
He could have been on IR getting $40 million, but he retired just to get 10.
And that was all his choice. He gave back $30 million.
I don't know. I think I will listen to this on podcast and it says some things like I don't think he's done. I think he wants to get out of his contract with the Saints.
Oh,
and then next year come back and play for a team. Like take a year off anyway, retire, get out of the Saints situation, and come back next year.
Yeah,
because he's still young, he's 34. Quarterbacks play till they're 40 now.
He has to come back when he's 36?
36.
Year off, shoulders fixed, feeling good. And the Steelers still don't have a quarterback.
Yeah, he'll be the Steelers quarterback because they don't want to. Steelers don't ever want to.
It's actually a great fit for him, by the way.
Would you rather have? Well, yeah,
Derek Carr.
Derek Carr, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers.
They're both. At the moment, Aaron Rodgers, because Derek Carr's unplayable. He's hurt.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think go. Can't you see the Steelers just going Aaron Rodgers and then right off of that going Derek Carr?
Yeah, Steelers. Very interesting way of dealing with quarterback. Almost like a denial. Like,
yes.
No, we still have a pretty good quarterback. Okay. Currently, the Mason Rudolph is a week 1 starter.
Oh, man, I saw. I don't. That's just whole part of the country to me is just so stubborn at times about their sports teams.
Oh, they love
Eagle fans included. But I saw some people like Mason Rudolph is better than Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. We're getting an upgraded quarter. Mason Rudolph is trash. He
didn't play. He couldn't beat out Will Levis last year. Will Levis was the meme quarterback. No, they're so. I don't know what they see and what they see and.
I feel like just trying to talk to them and trying to what are you thinking? It's almost like they bought into this we just need to put together a solid enough team where we are a winning franchise and we're cool with 9-8 or whatever we're cool with the winning record.
They've been conditioned by Tomlin over the last 15 years, 20 years. Average is good.
Gross.
Let's just be average. Let's be in the news.
Yeah, but if this is the end, shout out to Derek Carr. Happy trails, my friend. Enjoy retirement. Let's take a quick break. When we get back, let's react to the 2025-2026 schedule. We know who's playing who, when they're playing each other. We know the primetime games. We know all the different nights of the week they're going to play on because they're going to play in every damn night of the week. And it's going to cost you a lot of money, by the way, to watch all the NFL games. We'll get into all of it. Take a quick break. Be right back.
What's up, guys? This is former Rookie of the Year, All-Pro and 2-time Pro Bowl running back Clint Portis, and you are listening to the Benched Podcast.
I got one more for you. I got a picture with this one.
Oh, my God. Look at that.
Who are you going to comp this guy to?
The worst ever version of Jason Capone.
Let's go. Jason Capone. Okay, we are back with the 2025-2026 NFL schedule. A lot to talk about here. Obviously, there's, schedule upon schedule upon schedule. We're not going to talk about too many team-specific schedules as far as, go through an entire team schedule, something like that. Maybe one or two if we want to comment on it. But we're going to take a more broad look at the overall schedule, some of the primetime games especially. And speaking of primetime games, we did get some information on who's going to dominate those primetime games. This is always a conversation going into this time of the year. Who is the NFL going to lean on when it comes to ratings this year? And the king of ratings in America anyway. And they're trying to, even challenge Europe soccer. So this is a big deal. At the top of it, any surprise here that it's the KC Chiefs?
No. This is the Michael Jordan of the NFL right now.
Yeah.
Just let him run. They go to Super Bowls. They win most of them. Let's not get too mad about this. There's a reason why they want Mahomes on this here on this top list. Yeah, I don't mind this at all. So do it next year. Do year after.
The Chiefs are playing in Brazil on Friday night, right, to start the season.
Yeah.
right? They're playing Thanksgiving.
Wait, is it Brazil? You might.
Sao Paulo, right? Or Madrid.
I forget. It was one of those. I'm not sure if they're going back to Brazil because I would have gotten an update from what's her face who did it last year.
What's her name? Enrica?
Not Enrica. It's definitely not Enrica. That's no. What? I don't know her name. I'm just so attracted to the musical side of her.
I'm trying to look at these international games real quick. I thought it was Brazil. No, it is. Yeah, damn it, Angel. Sao Paulo, Brazil. Yes, Sao Paulo, Brazil. Chiefs and Chargers. That's so classic, freaking Angel. I have the right information that you try to correct it still. But yeah, Chiefs and Chargers in Brazil. So they're going to start the NFL in prime time. Start the year in prime time on that first week. They're playing Thanksgiving. They're playing Christmas.
Yep.
What else? Any of the holidays the NFL want to put them in? They're playing all of them.
Yeah, they're playing every major holiday they could possibly find. Wild. Yeah, that's their golden goose. They're gonna put up. They're also traveling the most. They have like 7 night games because they have to have night games because they're traveling so much. So good for them.
Right.
I mean, it's tough on the bodies of these players, but this glare is killing me.
So let's do this. Who has too many primetime games and who doesn't have enough?
Yeah, I'll start with too many. Why the hell the Falcons have 5 primetime games? Who we watching?
Baby.
Why are we doing this? Why are we doing? Why isn't Cincinnati there? Why isn't Washington there? Like, why isn't? I'll take Houston at that point. Why are we putting the Falcons? We didn't make the playoffs last year. That one's weird. I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't want to watch the Falcons in prime time unless Michael Penix. If Michael Penix comes into the league and he, sets the league ablaze, like he very well could, then cool. But you look at these look at the top 8 teams. They just stand out so much. I get the Niners are a huge brand. The Packers are an enormous brand. The Lions, one of the better teams in the NFC last couple of years. Same about the Eagles. Same about Cowboys are the Cowboys. We talk about that. Chiefs, Bills. I mean, I get those other teams. The Falcons being up there is just like, who is watching the Falcons?
Yeah. And then in that kind of tier 2 or 3 spot in the 4 games, Miami. Why would we have Miami there?
Well, that was mine. I am so sick. And this has been the last couple of years. Miami's had a lot of primetime games. I don't get it. They're not exciting for me to watch. I'm over Mike McDaniel. I'm over Tua.
They're
Aitken's a nice player, but he's not a star. Tyreek Hill is a nice player, but he's on the decline. No one cares about Jalen Waddle. There's no one left on that defense. I don't know who is getting excited to watch the Dolphins anymore.
Yeah, they should have. I mean, at this point, like Houston could be up there. It's just,
well, okay, so let's talk about that then. So let's not only take we can take away the team, some of the primetime teams away.
Okay,
but who should they be replaced with? Who doesn't have enough?
Cincinnati. I think that's that. I visually
100%
shootout. Put them on TV. They're gonna be down. They're gonna be the final score. They're gonna be 34 to 30.
And put them. They have one less game than the Falcons, but honestly, give 2 of those primetime games from the Falcons to the Bengals. They should have 6 or 7. Joe Burrow is must-watch TV. He's handsome as hell. He's a baller.
Yeah.
They got the triple crown receiver. I mean,
or Washington. Jay Daniels is a fantastic watch. If you don't know anything about football, just team running around the field, that'd be great. Also, a team that has be careful putting the Steelers here at 4 games. We might see Mason Rudolph for 4 games.
Yeah, they should go one of the lower ones.
That might be scary because if they don't get Aaron Rodgers,
though.
Huh?
It's a big brand. A lot of people watching it.
Yeah, and like the crowd's obviously one of the better crowds in the NFL.
Yeah.
Still, quarterback wise, it's gonna be pretty tough.
Is it? And this is kind of on the opposite spectrum here, but is it weird to you that the number 1 overall pick will not be playing in primetime this year?
Yeah.
The disrespect of Cam Ward just continues. Talk about Shedeur the whole time. And now, I mean, Shedeur has more primetime. Will be on primetime more. Oh, no, he won't. They have 0 as well.
No, they don't play. They don't. The NFL hates his shot class.
Yeah, I mean, I know Jordan Schultz, our boy, friend of the show, was complaining about this online or just kind of, bringing it up. But it's weird that the number 1 overall pick won't be on primetime.
Like, I get why the Browns, because you don't know who the quarterback is,
yeah.
And the Saints, it might be the worst team in football. But, like, the Titans, like, you could see a path like they could be 500. That's not a crazy thing to say. AFC
Yeah.
South isn't that tough. No one overall pick. Why not give one of the games you gave? Why the Giants have 3? Give the Giants should
Yep.
have less. And the
Cardinals.
Cardinals and the Raiders. Like
Yeah.
let's split those up evenly. Let's get the Titans. Cam Ward, number 1 overall pick. Who could win? There's a scenario where the Titans win the AFC South. It wasn't going to happen, but there's a scenario where that might be a thing.
Well, I was going to say the AFC South is not a boring division. Let's put up a Texans and Titans game.
Yeah, Stroud and that's weird for number 1 overall pick to have such a quarterback.
Yep.
Number 1 overall pick to have no primetime games. So that means the casual fan, like the guy who's in your fantasy league who thinks he knows everything, he's never going to see Cam Ward play one time this year.
I know.
Like that was weird.
Okay, so one more question for you as far as this primetime game schedule is which team that is in the top part of this list has the most to prove with all the primetime action it's getting. Now, I'm not asking you which team doesn't deserve it because, obviously the Falcons have a ton of proof if they're getting 5 games. I'm saying which team do you think, they deserve it, but they better earn it. They better take advantage of it.
I mean, it's the same kind of answer I had the first one. Atlanta, you have the ultimate opportunity here. If you're a good team, Atlanta, and you show 5 times that you're a good team, the whole NFL might be on notice that you're in the NFL. Like, this team's a good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like the underdog who gets like Rocky. Rocky Balboa is a fictional movie. Gets put in the big stage. He shows he's a good fighter. Like, okay, then he's a good fighter. If the Falcons show that they're anything, it's a nice, easy way to put them into the spotlight.
I was looking for the teams that we kind of thought deserved it, but they're definitely the Falcons would have a lot to prove. I'm thinking the Cowboys. You got 6 games in prime time, and let's be honest, the Cowboys were not very good last year. I know Dak got hurt, but the roster construction that Jerry Jones has been employing the last couple of years, none of us are a fan of it. This could very well be not a very good team. And so they're in prime time 6 times. What if the wheels fall off again and you're watching Dallas Cowboy blowouts again?
Hoping not, but at this point, it's like a thing. Like, they have to be on prime time because the ratings go through the roof.
Yeah,
but I mean,
the other one. Sorry to say it, but you're Denver Broncos. I mean, they're getting a little action here, and I think they should. You got a nice young quarterback. You better take it.
Playoff team.
I think you and the Bears. Like, let's see. You guys better
we proved more than the Bears.
You better be I'm saying, but as far as primetime action, you better bring it. And I think what they did against the Bengals at the end of last year in that primetime slot, that. Saturday. Give me that. If you're showing me that, Denver, I absolutely give me all the primetime games with Denver. Not a lot of stars on as far as offensively on the team. That's typically what people want to watch. And so I think that was one of my teams. And then Chicago. Gabe loves to say they always win the offseason, and it's true. We don't know if they're actually going to be good. They have so much talent. But if the Bears are just not very good again, and we're watching them over and over again just get blown out on primetime, it's going to be pretty bad.
Yeah, Bears probably would be my team. Broncos, I kind of get it. Bears is like, you guys haven't been in the playoffs since when was the last time the Bears were in the playoffs? It's been a minute.
I don't know. I literally don't know.
And Caleb Williams, what if it's bad? And by the last game, this team's still bad, and we have to watch them again. Because we saw how even with Caleb Williams last year, they were so hard team to watch.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Let's look at now some of the primetime slots and talk about these for a little bit. Let's start with Thursday Night Football. Of course, Amazon is killing it with this.
This is way better than what it used to be.
They've really taken it to the next level, and the NFL has taken the scheduling to the next level. These used to be really, really bad.
The worst teams play Thursday night.
We used to get a lot of Raiders versus Jaguars or Raiders versus Titans.
Yeah, when it was just too bad.
No reason.
Kill me. Yeah.
And so looking at this, I got a couple questions for you. Let's start with this one. Top 3 games that are must watch on Thursday Night Football.
There's one that I personally want to watch. It's the Niners versus the Rams, just because it's a new look Niners team.
Okay.
And it's a team in the Rams that media are very high on. So I want to see by week 5, if they're top of the food chain, good. It's just kind of like it's kind of like a nice barometer. Week 6, oh sorry, week 5. We'll see what the new look Niners are. We'll see if Christian McCaffrey's still playing, and then we'll see if the Rams with Devontae Adams and Stafford back on like a new deal. We'll see what that is.
Yeah.
That's my number 1. And then number 2, obviously, because I'll be biased here. Broncos, Chiefs, Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Let's have the Chiefs on Christmas Day. I love Christmas Day games. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
Because I'm not really into basketball, so that would be great. And I'll throw you guys a bone here. Bears, Eagles. It'd be cool if the Bears are rolling and playing against one of the best rosters in the NFL. By week 13, when Eagles are fighting for a positioning and the Bears are fighting in a tough NFC North, that's a nice one.
My top 3 in no particular order. I do have the Chiefs and Broncos on Christmas Day. I think they nailed that. Can Bo Nix and Sean Payton take down the giant that is Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes? I think on Christmas Day that'd be fun. I as soon as I saw that game, I thought, yes, that's what I want for Christmas. AFC West battle. I
saw this. Would you have them as like a mainstay every Christmas? Chiefs.
Who, the Chiefs?
Chiefs for somebody.
I mean, until they're not the Chiefs anymore, I wouldn't be like pencil it in like the Lions, on Thanksgiving Day. I don't want to do that, but yeah, I don't mind as long as Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid are around. Yeah.
I think that's a great, like, it's your best product as a NFL. Yep. And everyone's home Christmas Day. People might watch games and watch it all season. So yeah, I think Chiefs Christmas Day is a great one too.
Big opportunity for Bo Nix there as well.
Yeah.
Texans and Bills, another one for me. I think that's a must-watch game because the Texans are trying to take that next leap, and I'm starting to believe, and I've heard a lot of people say it, that they are about to take this next leap. I think addition by subtraction, that offensive line room, they've gotten they lost Laremy Tunsil, but I think they've added character guys. The unity of the unit, I think, will be better. They've changed a lot of coaching in the room and just in the offense in general. I think they're going to fix a lot of that. They have one of the best defenses in the NFL. If Nico Collins could stay healthy, CJ Stroud, I don't know if a lot of last year is going to be on him. He obviously needs to play better, but I think maybe a jump's coming here. That's when we'll see if they actually have taken that jump, because the Bills are at this point are just playing for the AFC Championship, Super Bowls now.
Yeah.
And so are you that level now? On a Thursday night, just you, Josh Allen, are you that level? To me, must watch AFC battle there.
Yeah, there's just was that your was
I got
your
one
third?
more.
Okay, I'll say my honorable mention after your third.
My last one here is week 2 with the Commanders and Packers. To me, the Commanders are trying to reach the level of the Packers, this perennial playoff team, one of the better rosters, better teams in the NFL. Are the Commanders that yet? I think this game means a lot more to the Commanders than it does the Packers. Not that the Packers, don't need and don't want to win this game, but the Commanders need to go there, and this is prove it year for the Commanders now. I don't love what they did in the offseason. Obviously, we love the quarterback. We love Jaden Daniels. They're so old. This is not a young up and coming team as far as the roster construction. 29-year-old Terry McLaurin, 29-year-old Deebo Samuel, 34-year-old Zach Ertz, Laremy Tunsil's not young. What's that?
No, I think they're older than 29.
They might even be older. Might be in the 30s. It's just
crazy.
Not a very young team. And this is their chance. I do like what they did in the draft. I love Trey Amos. I love some of what they've done, but I need to see now, are you for real? Because I was pretty vocal last year how I felt about them going to the playoffs. They beat the Bucks, who, kind of backed their way into the playoffs. They beat an injured Lions team, and then they got boat raced by the Eagles. I need to see now, are you ready to actually take this step? We went through this last year with the Texans. Everyone was ready to crown the Texans last year, maybe a year too early. I want to see now, is everyone making that same mistake with Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders? But that, to me, is must watch. I need to watch Jordan Love and Jaden Daniels face off.
And that's a fun one too, kind of like gunslinger-ish quarterbacks who kind of just play like wild, like young, wild, and free. So yeah. Real quick, honorable mention, week 15, Falcons, Tampa might be very big in playoff seeding or winning that division. But because last year that went down to week 18.
That was those two, right?
Yeah.
You don't see the Saints jumping into that conversation, and I think Bryce Young's gonna have a good year, but I don't see the Panthers
Yeah, these are the two
there.
teams you would see. Like, I
Yeah.
can see them duking it out to fight for the NFC South.
I had two games that are kind of honorable mention. I think the Lions Cowboys, depending on how the Cowboys are playing at that point, that seems like a fun game.
Yeah.
But legitimately, one of the games I can't wait to watch: Vikings and Chargers.
It's a good one.
Harbaugh versus McCarthy. Once again, the Chargers were very good last year. I think they're gonna. I do like what they have done in the offseason as far as like the additions they've made. I love Trey Harris. I love different things they've done on the offense. I don't love the talent they lost on the defense. We've talked about that. And the Vikings, I'm so excited for Jason McCarthy, Kevin O'Connell. This seems like the next iteration of the Vikings. If JJ McCarthy is the guy, this is going to be a good team for the next 5 to 6 years.
If he's the guy, this is up there with the best roster, is up there with the Eagles. This roster is so good.
Right.
They improved positions that you didn't know they need to be improved. Like, oh, they got away with it. They got away with it last year, but like better interior offensive line and defensive line.
That's so true.
Yeah, so the Vikings are a sneaky good team.
Okay, let's move on now to Sunday Night Football.
Oh, Carrie Underwood.
Yep, Carrie Underwood.
Yeah.
God, I can't wait. She first takes the mic. Who do you think Snoop's going to join her again, or what do you think they're going to do this year?
Who's the happening guy? They already used Stapleton for Monday night.
Please don't use Kendrick Lamar. Please, for the love of God.
He probably would be Kendrick. He'd probably be if they were to pick a guy.
He's the urban option.
I wish that they would just go straight Carrie Underwood though. She rocks the house, man. She puts me in like the stage. Like, okay, the day games are over. Let's settle down. One game, buckle in. Like, grab a dinner, grab some food, and just watch football.
Okay, let's look at Sunday Night Football and ask these same questions here. Top 3 must-watch games on Sunday Night Football. You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I'll go first. Oh, yeah, I'll go first.
Shoot.
Week 1, Ravens Bills. The always a bridesmaid game. Like these two teams have been fighting to be the relevant AFC contender.
Yep.
Duking it out last year, obviously highlighted by Mark Andrews' drop. No. By Dalton. Yeah. By the Mark Andrews drop.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. Josh, 2 MVP candidates, back-to-back MVPs. Josh Allen last year, Lamar Jackson the year prior. Good. This is a great one to start off with. Like, Sunday football, like it's week fantastic. 1, the energy's up. Then you end the day with Lamar Jackson versus Josh Allen. That's a great one.
You want to do all 3 of yours? You want to sorry. Go back and forth?
Yeah. Let's go back and forth. Yeah.
I like because the Ravens and Bills obviously one of mine. I want to see that. Maybe this is my infatuation with the Texans and the Commanders and the Broncos this year. But Texans and Chiefs in week 14, I think is fun. I love to see these young up and coming quarterbacks go against the powers that be, go against the man. Yeah. And so I love to see CJ Stroud and that defense go into KC. I think it's going to be a huge bounce back year for Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. I think we're about to see those video game numbers from Patrick Mahomes. I think if the Super Bowl isn't the thing that pisses them off and makes them go nuclear, I don't know what that thing will be. Yeah, but I think it will.
This game will be close because Chiefs like to play with their food. Like they like to make the game close. So
we'll see if that's a new iteration of the Chiefs. I think they're trying to just destroy teams this year. Yeah. What's your next one?
Commanders and Broncos.
Great game.
The 2 best quarterbacks from last year's draft class. Two teams that made the playoffs last year. 2 teams that are trying to prove that they're not a fluke rookie season. Like, kind of come out of nowhere. Like we saw Stroud be the guy where he came out of nowhere. Then year 2 fell back to earth. These 2 teams are trying to prove what they're supposed to be. And look at the division that they're in. This is week 13, right? Broncos have the Chiefs. Chiefs going to win the AFC West. Commanders have the Eagles. Eagles going to win the NFC East. So these 2 teams fighting for a better wild card spot. So yeah, this is and obviously these 2 teams well coached, and by week 13 we'll know exactly if they're good or not. If they're both good, this is a hell of a matchup.
Oh yeah, 2 teams that could shake up their conferences in their own right. Yeah, 2 teams that are looking to take that next step. That Super Bowl is not crazy to talk about for either of these teams, but the floor is also very low. Like this is that wonderful unknown for an NFL team that gets us so excited to watch them. That's going to be a really fun game. To me, week 11, We never got. Last year felt like all year we were waiting for this Lions-Eagles face-off. Who was the best team in the NFC, maybe in the NFL? And we never got it because the Lions, of course, got obliterated with injuries at the end of the year. Hopefully, Week 11, we finally get it. We won't get it with Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn and those boys, but Aiden Hutchinson's back. They got all the offensive weapons back. Jahmyr Gibbs, I think, huge breakout years coming. And I think to finally get Eagles and Lions, I think that game is in Philly as well. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, Eagles Lions. Yeah, by this time we'll see if the coordinator switches for both offense and defense.
Right.
For the Lions have affected them. Like we saw a couple years ago.
Eagles also going through that.
Who?
Eagles. Kellen
Oh
Moore.
yeah, new OC. But still, like we saw a couple years ago with the Philadelphia Eagles, you have a great roster. If you have bad coordinators on both sides, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
So the Lions, great roster. We all know, Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon St. Brown, all those guys. One bad coordinator, one Arthur Smith can ruin the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So we'll
do
see.
Arthur, man.
Arthur's a bad coordinator. I'm not
having the big art.
Yeah.
All right, one more from each of us. One more from each of us. What do you got?
Yeah, there's a couple. This is more of like the low key one. I want to see Week 5. I don't want to see Vrabel and Drake May go against Buffalo.
That's where I was going to. Yeah.
Yeah, like let's just see if this kid can. Let's just see if Vrabel and Drake May can keep up with one of the bigger boys in the AFC. Like
I agree.
Bill's always a top 3 AFC team, and the Patriots made maybe the first place in free agent grades overall. This free agency. Drake May, year 2, offensive line. Will Campbell. Like to see what this team is by Week 5. See if they get off to a hot start.
Yeah, I mean Josh Allen coming off the MVP year. The Bills are that team. Hopefully they figure this thing out with James Cook and they're at full strength. I do like the additions of Josh Palmer. Second year of Keon Coleman. They added another receiver as well. I can't think of who it was. I can't think of who it
was. Elijah Moore.
Elijah Moore. You love that a lot. And so I think they're going to be really, really good again. And then I mean, no rookie quarterback last year did more with less. Like to have the year Drake May did have, it just with zero help, zero coaching, just Jared Mayo, who knows what he was doing, like one and done coach that they had groomed for like years to take the spot. How bad are you if you are groomed for years to take over the mantle and they're done with you after 1 year? A good organization.
Yeah. Well,
like
he got started when he was like, I could have coached them until they got on the field. And then he was like, and then
it's all them.
As far as talent, it was like for Drake May, it's like, what do you have?
It's still not great offensively, right? How do you feel? Let's talk about it real quick. Like offense for the Patriots. Like how does that work? What are they good at?
It was a D-. Now it's a C-. It's not the worst, but it's better.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs rely on him to be number 1. But Will Campbell, they've obviously done stuff on the offensive line. Trayvon Henderson is one of my favorite draft picks as a whole. So maybe they get more balanced. And Josh McDaniels is a professional play caller.
Do you think we see Drake May running a little bit?
We should. It's a weapon.
Yeah.
Josh McDaniels, too, like as much as he's not a good coach, he's a pretty decent coordinator. So he'll organize that offense to be more efficient. I'm not sure if they'll be high flying, but they'll be good. They'll be better than what they were last year. They were just abysmal.
I think they're gonna win a lot of games.
This is a game where they can win because Vrabel also on coaching that defense. Like Vrabel is one of those coaches who like takes like an average player, makes them better than average just because he's coaching them.
And just not to mention like that Vrabel, and then the tools now in Vrabel's hands. Like this defense is so talented. Yeah. Keon White's about to have a great year. I'm telling you right now. We got news today that Christian Barmore is going to be back. Like he's full go now. He's been cleared. So you have Christian Barmore, newly added Milton Williams, the secondary additions, like the linebacking core additions. This is going to be one of the best defenses in the NFL in the hands of Mike Vrabel. And the offense seems like it has an identity. They poured into the offensive line and they poured into that backfield with Trayvon Henderson. Stephon Diggs isn't enough, but it will help.
Yeah. Real quick, before we move on, we got to mention week, what is that? 6, Chiefs Lions, fun one.
Yeah,
that's a fun one. Let's not mention that. That's a fun one.
Yeah. Greatest game that's going to be super boring. Week 10, Steelers Chargers. as each team runs the ball minimum 35 times.
Yeah, final score 16-13. Yeah.
Score 16-13.
Yeah, that one's gonna be a real like slugfest. We'll see some fullback action.
All right, let's wrap this up with Monday Night Football. First thing I want to mention to you, Angel. I am counting 1, 2, 3, 4 times that ESPN and Monday Night Football will make us choose between one game or the other. I don't even care that some of these games aren't very good. The fact that I don't have an option to watch the Dolphins and Jets because there's no way I'm missing the Bengals Broncos rematch.
Yeah,
just pisses me off. How stupid are these doubleheaders, and why is the NFL doing it to us?
Like, why are we doing Falcons and Bills, good matchup, and the Bears and the Washington Commanders, good match? Why we choose one? Why do we do that to our fans?
Yeah, terrible.
Like, wouldn't that cut the ratings in half too if you're not having all NFL fans on one spot?
Yeah, not to mention some of these games. I think the ones that are marked are behind a paywall. You're gonna have to pay for a couple of these games.
Yeah, I don't know who plays for. I don't know. I'm a single person who plays for ESPN Plus.
You're about to because the Broncos play week.
No! I'm going to illegally stream it.
I'm gonna tell you right now too. I don't give a crap. On Twitter, we will host illegal streams.
Yeah, I'm not paying paywall. I'm illegally streaming these games. I'm not paying. Which ones are the? Which one's the paywall?
I think the ones that are notated. It's just, this graphic is kind of small. But I think the ones that are notated are ESPN or ABC exclusives, which means they're gonna have to pay to probably ESPN Plus to watch them. So that would be your Broncos versus the Bengals, which is a freaking travesty. Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams, their matchup, you're gonna have to pay to see that. Seahawks Texans, which we'll see how good the Seahawks are, but our good buddy Derrick Vu, here on the bench team, he'll have to pay to watch his Seahawks on a Monday night on ESPN. That's that's awful. Not to mention, if you look down there on January 3rd, the TBD game, that's also a doubleheader. So you got another doubleheader down there.
And that's usually teams that are good. They put their foot in the slot. So there's two good teams that might be unwatched. Literally, you can't watch it because if you don't pay for ESPN Plus or whatever. Yeah. All that being said, I love me a good Monday night.
Yeah. This is a very positive show, and this is a very fun show. Football is back. We have schedules, all that, a lot of fun. But I just want to point out that sucks. Shame on you, ESPN. Shame on you, NFL. You greedy son of a. That being said, we will pay for it if we have to.
No, I'm gonna.
If we have to.
Yeah, if we have to, I'll pay for it. But I'm gonna look up some weird sites to get eyes on Broncos, Bengals.
I'm gonna tolerate some weird ads.
Yeah, some like locals in your area ads. Like,
older
really?
women want to talk to
women
you.
Want younger men. Like, not today. Bengals are on. Broncos are on.
Just don't look at it. All right, top 3 games here that must watch Monday Night Football.
Kick off the week 1. Vikings Bears. Ben Johnson debut. Caleb Williams versus Jason McCarthy.
Yeah.
Week 1. Yeah. It's like a rookie first round pick Jason McCarthy versus rookie. It's just entertainment. It's gonna be great football.
Yeah.
And just you have no idea what you're gonna get.
Tell you what, these second-year quarterbacks are gonna be fun this year.
What's that?
The second-year quarterbacks are gonna be so much fun this year.
Oh yeah, because last year's draft was just so 6 within the first 12, and
they're all gonna be fun to watch. Literally all of them.
Yeah, one didn't play last year, and the other one only got 3 starts. Talking about Michael Penix. So, yeah, week 1 Vikings, great roster. Jason McCarthy with a great roster, obviously, and then Caleb Williams can Ben Johnson save his career? Not save his career, but help his career go on the right path. Year 2 with all his weapons, new weapons, obviously Colson Loveland. All those new guys that they have, plus the DJ Moores, and that's a great week 1.
Must watch, and I know this is taking one of yours, but that Bengals-Broncos game.
Oh, yeah.
One of my favorite games of the year last year.
Yeah.
Was Bengals-Broncos end of the year. That was one of the most fun NFL games I think I've watched in the last couple of years. I'm thinking of, like, obviously all the Eagles stuff that's been happening, but, like, remember that Jared Goff on the Rams versus Mahomes where they scored a ton of points.
54-51.
Like, that game comes to mind. the Bengals Broncos game. There's another game I was thinking of. I can't remember at the moment, but yeah, some of the best games that we've seen. That was one of them, and I can't wait to see the rematch. These teams just duking it out. I love it.
Yeah, and as a Bronco fan, you realize, a lot of our offseason moves because the Bengals exposed a lot of our stuff. We couldn't cover the middle, so we got Dre Greenlaw. Chase Brown killed us in the fourth quarter, so we got Afunga, and because they have a very good 1-2, you draft Jahdae Barron. Still, it could be a shootout. It's gonna be incredible. Like all those ads still gonna be 35-33 at the end of the game. Yeah, it's gonna be a great football.
What's another one for you?
This is actually a fun one, and also a low-key rivalry. You're very familiar with Packers-Eagles. Week 10, two good teams, and Packers always play the Eagles well. Eagles one of the better rosters in the league. Packers, we'll see if they take the next. They're always a good team. We'll see if Love can bounce back a little bit. He was a little up and down last year. Yeah, and that's a fun matchup. And that's like two professional teams going. That like we have. No offense to some of these teams here, like the Panthers versus the Niners. Like one team is a good team, one is a bad team. These Eagles and this Packers team, these are two professional teams with good head coaches, good GMs. That's just a good matchup.
Yeah, two great teams. Eagles have dominated the matchups recently, but there's also an extra layer here that you didn't mention: the whole offseason drama about the tush push. It was the Packers the ones who were pushing it. It was the Packers owner, Mr. Metrosexual himself, LaFleur is doing interviews about it's not football, BS. Whether or not, and it might get banned here next week or so, whether or not it does, I guarantee the Eagles, Nick Sirianni, are petty enough to use that alone to be the reason why they come out and just lay a can of whoop ass on the Green Bay Packers once again. But it will be a great spirited matchup. I agree with you. That's a must watch for sure.
Yeah, I didn't even think about the tush push thing. I will be doing that every 3rd and 1.
I hope I do. Yeah, that's great. I'm glad you brought that up. If they don't ban it, I guarantee you Nick Sirianni is going to put it off on like a 2nd and 6 just for the hell of it.
Yeah, just do it.
Just do it all the way down the field. Just push over and over again. I hope so.
Yeah.
Another one of my favorites that I was looking at is behind a paywall, but Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels. I feel like we didn't get the best of that. Like I want to see Caleb Williams now, hopefully as the quarterback we all thought he was, that generational talent, versus the guy who ended up being someone who looks more like a generational talent, Jaden Daniels, on Monday Night Football. Unfortunately, you're going to have to not watch the Bills to watch this, but because of this doubleheader, I want to see the Bears and the Commanders October 13th. What is that? Week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or something like that? 6 or 5.
Yeah, it's also good too. Number 1 overall pick versus number 2 overall pick. Always fun to see that.
You got another one? One more?
Yeah, this would be just because I love the quarterbacks. Week 2, Baker Mayfield and CJ Stroud.
Yeah, a little underrated. I like that.
Baker Mayfield had a great year last year. You get Chris Godwin back. You have year 2 Bucky Irving, and then we get to see this new iteration of the Texans good guys team, like only guys with high characters.
The good guys team. I like that.
So they add C.J. Gardner-Johnson in response to the good guys team.
They're gonna be so good though on defense.
The Texans secondary is going to be pretty.
Yeah.
They could do kind of everything you want, and then you have Daniel Hunter and Will Anderson at the edges. But yeah, that's a sneaky good football game because Baker Mayfield showed last year he could tear it up if he wants to, and Stroud, we'll see if he bounces back.
There's a game on here that we have to mention. It's not my third, and it wasn't your third, so I'll just mention it. Obviously, Lions and Ravens is a fantastic much-watch football game.
We're not giving any love to the Lions.
It's not fatigue. It's just like it's almost like too obvious to mention. That's why we're not doing it.
Yeah,
obviously we're tuning in for that game. Obviously,
it's probably gonna be the game of the week of that week, if anything.
Right.
But like, it's obvious. So we're obviously.
My last one. Listen, Jags.
Stop.
Chiefs.
Stop.
October 6th.
I
just want to see Liam Cohen. What he did with you get excited about what he did with Baker Mayfield, not only in LA, but then once again in Tampa Bay. Trevor Lawrence has never been as bad as Baker Mayfield got What can he do with Trevor Lawrence, Travis Hunter? Where is he by week 6? You got to imagine he's getting meaningful snaps on both sides of the ball by that time. Brian Thomas Jr. in his second year. How good are the Jags? Are they like an upstart type team? And can they go and knock off the Chiefs, who, like I said before, I think are going scorched earth on the league this year? To me, I'm excited about the Jags this year. I'm excited to see what are you going to do, because I'm buying into this GM, and I might be totally wrong, but that man, he knows how to motivate a man. That guy can speak. Like, he was talking about, we're going to be chance takers, and we're going for it. We're aggressive. I love teams like that. If that's how they play, I think it'd be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah. You might be on your own there, but I can see the appeal. Honorable mention for me, week 13, Patriots, Giants. See if who's playing quarterback for the Giants. Is it Jackson Dart still?
Don't get on me about the Jaguars, and you're gonna bring up the Giants.
No, it's not. It's honorable mention. I just want to see if Jackson Dart's playing. That's literally. If it's Russell Wilson, I probably am gonna watch half of the game, then turn it off.
I will say this: I don't know, professionals, like podcasts I listen to, just don't pay attention. Specifically, CBS the fantasy podcast. They're talking about this Giants defense as though, they're just a run through. They didn't really do anything. This Giants defense is going to be one of the most improved units in the league.
Yes.
What they did, not only Abdul Carter, obviously, who is an absolute beast. You see that video of him next to Cam Scadabo and Brian Daboll?
Yeah.
He looks massive. The true running mate that Brian Burns deserves. And then what they did in the secondary is just masterful.
Allen and Paulson Adebo.
And then they have those safeties back there, the rookie from last year. They're really, really good. That being said, they're going to be the worst teams in the NFL. They have a brutal schedule. If Jackson Dart's in there at that time, I don't know, maybe Jackson Dart is this year's Drake May, doing a lot with the little here, although he will.
I think their bye's week 14, so they might see them after this week.
Okay.
But either way, I don't want to see Russell Wilson in prime time. Don't make us do it. Don't make us do it.
How does he keep starting? He's not a starting quarterback.
I would take Jameis just for the excitement of it. Russell Wilson can't do it again.
All right, last one here. We're looking at the easiest and hardest schedules in the NFL. You see the Niners up there with a real chance to have a bounce back year. Like, this is set up nicely for the Niners in a transition year.
Yeah. This is sorry, I was trying to pull up their schedule. They have one of the. All right, I'm going to read you their schedule, Joey. You do a win-loss because they're on here for a reason. So week 1, at Seattle.
I'm gonna say win.
Oh, okay, so 1-0. Week 2 at New Orleans.
It's a win.
So they've already started 2-0. This team that we don't really believe in. Week 3, Cardinals.
That's a loss.
2-1. Week 4, Jacksonville.
It's a loss.
2-2. Week 5 at the Rams.
That's a loss by a lot of points.
Week 4 at Tampa.
It's a win.
So they're 3-3. Week 7 at Atlanta, or no, home against Atlanta. 4-3. Week 8 Texans.
It's a loss.
Week 9 Giants.
It's a win.
So far they're 500. Week 10 Rams.
It's a loss.
You're just making 500. Week 11 Carolina. No, sorry, not Carolina. Cardinals.
I think they split. Yeah, I think they win the second one. Yeah, I think they split with them to win. Am I 500 still?
They're 500. You're not giving them any kind of 7-off point. Week 12 Carolina.
To win.
Week 13 Cleveland.
To win.
The team is above 500 by week. They end nicely. Titans.
Win.
Week 15. So the 3 weeks in a row, they got Panthers, Browns, and Titans.
Beautiful.
Are those the teams that didn't have any?
By the way, late in the season, Ayuk's probably back by then.
Colts, week 16.
Win.
17 is Chicago Bears.
I mean, we'll see. I think at this point, I'd say a loss, but it could very well be a win. I'll put a loss for now.
Week 18 Seattle.
I just don't see it. I don't think Seattle's there yet. I'm gonna say a loss.
They could be a 10-win team, 11-win team, and get
Yeah.
into a nice position here.
They could.
Just because they have Carolina, Cleveland,
Yep.
Tennessee, and Indianapolis. Those might be the worst 4 teams of football because of that bad quarterback play.
Yeah, I mean, to see the Niners there at the top of this list for easiest schedules in the league, just is like, it doesn't seem fair because it's been one of the best teams in the NFL.
Yeah.
And yet I'm excited for them. I'm excited it feels like a team that hasn't had a break in a couple years. They've had to be throttled down, the best version of yourself, and oftentimes without their best players. So it feels nice to see them have a break and have an easy schedule to go against. Brock Purdy, most likely with this new contract, a host of new weapons. We'll see if CMC's healthy again.
He's walking. You know what I'm saying?
And
he's just walking.
He's walking around like a normal person.
Yeah.
And Ayuk comes back and he's not fighting or complaining with anyone. And this defense, I know it lost some people, but Robert freaking Saleh's back. Let's not forget what that means. That is Mike Vrabel. That like, he is that kind of dude.
Yeah.
Everywhere he goes, he has a great defense. Everywhere he goes. The Jets defense fell apart last year when Robert Saleh left.
Yeah.
Like, that's a big deal. That's going to mean something. And I don't know if you've seen these videos of Mykal Williams in rookie camp. He is an absolute animal. He's just throwing dudes around.
Well,
I know, but you know,
they're trainers. So
it's May, and I gotta talk about something. But I think the defense is gonna be really good. I really mean that.
Question for you: will the Saints having the second easy schedule mean that they're gonna win anything?
No, honestly, the only bummer is that they might accidentally win some games and take themselves out of the Archie Manning deal.
Yeah,
that's the only bummer about it.
The Saints might accidentally win 5 games and be picking.
Look at the Patriots up there, though.
It's good.
First year with Vrabel.
How much do you put stock into the percentages from last year's winning teams?
That's a good question. Like how much does it matter? Not a lot, because I mean, just look at the Eagles. Eagles had statistically the worst or second worst defense in the NFL last year or 2 years ago. And last year they come back and they did what they did.
Yeah. You can change it really quick.
Yeah, teams change a lot. So this is with a grain of salt, with an asterisk, however you want to say it. This is what it looks like at this point with the information we have. Obviously, this could very much change. But yeah, I mean, if this is anywhere close to how it should be, I think big winners here as far as with the schedule makers are the Patriots, and the I'd say Jags and Bills.
Yeah, Jags. The Bills being on this list is just nice.
It's unfair.
If you're that good and you have the 10th easiest schedule, then that's pretty nice. That's for the NFL God smiled upon your face today.
That has a lot to do with playing in the AFC East at this moment in time as well.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, that's true. I mean, that is true, guys, because we both think the Patriots are going to be a better team than what people think they are.
Right.
But the Jets might just be the Jets, and the Dolphins might be the Dolphins. So that might help them out a little bit.
Which team do you think absolutely needs this easy schedule? I got a team in mind.
That's not the Niners.
Then that's not one of the teams you already mentioned.
I would like Tennessee to have a nice easy schedule because they don't have the greatest. Yeah.
Cam Ward, yeah.
Cam Ward, weapons aren't great. Line is average. So you want to, if you're a Titans fan, like kind of ease them into the NFL. Next year, go get maybe a wide at 1 in the draft or whatever. Yeah, I think Titans. This is nice for a number 1 overall pick to have a nice easy schedule, a nice year 1.
In the same vein, the Carolina Panthers having this easy schedule. Bryce Young, Ted McMillan, Xavier Legette. I think that'd be fun. I just wish Jonathan Brooks. We gotta stop saying it. We gotta stop mourning Jonathan Brooks. It just sucks so bad.
Yeah, they drafted another running back this year. I don't think he's not. He might be on their team.
But a truly young team, a good offensive line, and they started to rebuild this defense. It's not there yet, but they started. They started the process. They poured it and draft picks into it. I think it's nice for them to get a nice, hopefully easy schedule here to start the season or during the season for them to maybe take another step and be an exciting team going into next year.
Yeah, Carolina. Maybe last year we were high on them. Me and AJ were. Maybe this is the year where they kind of prove us right by being a little better than what people think.
It's a year early on everyone.
Yeah.
Let's start with this Colts team real quick. Just get there. We haven't really mentioned them the whole show because
there's a reason why.
I mean, they're in the serious running for Archie Manning here.
It'd be kind of fun. Yeah.
Which is fun.
Like they kicked out his uncle for being too old. That was Yeah, couldn't turn his neck.
Yeah,
But that'd be fun in Indianapolis because
I think so.
that roster's good. They just have a quarterback.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anything else on the schedule you want to mention?
No, just I see these dates and it's very far away, so that's kind of sad. So just buckle up,
week of
folks.
September. So we got
Yeah.
May, June, July, August. Oh my God.
Yeah. So pace yourself with these NFL highlight tapes.
I tell you what, dive into fantasy, dive into dynasty and keeper leagues.
Yeah, it's fun because those are year round. Oh yeah,
it goes year round. That's a good way to scratch that itch. But yeah, we're entering those days now where we're a ways away. Stay tuned because we're starting to be pumping out. We're in the portion of the year we're doing 2 shows a week, and so 2 shows a week until training camp starts, and then obviously we're back into it. But we're gonna start talking a lot of fantasy stuff. A lot of it does give us the time to jump into teams specifically and talk about those teams and the outlooks and additions and subtractions they had. But that is the NFL schedule. That's our reaction to it for the most part. We try to kind of have a broad overview, especially of the primetime games. I thought it was a lot of fun. It was nice to have some new NFL content, like real stuff to talk about.
Yeah. Real quick, because we can talk about it on a show. Week 1, what's your call? Week 1 starter for the Cleveland Browns at quarterback.
Oh wow. Okay.
Because it could be anything. It could be anybody. It could be
anyone.
Flacco. Could be no.
6 quarterbacks there.
It could be Flacco. Could be.
What's the room? Flacco,
Kenny Pickett,
Shador, and Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah. Shador Sanders.
Yeah. Honestly, I think they go Flacco probably.
I would start with Flacco and make Gabriel and Sanders by
because
week.
You're not going to pull the young guys for Flacco. Like I could see them pulling. I think you go young. You honestly go oldest to youngest.
Yeah. Well, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
What I think they should do, what their plan should be, Flacco's the week 1 starter.
Yep.
Kenny Pickett's always the backup, never the starter. He's always the backup in case someone gets hurt.
Yeah.
And once they want to flip Flacco for somebody, they put Flacco at QB3, and then they move
hand him a clipboard.
Yeah, and they moved Dylan Gabriel or Shador Sanders to 1, and Pickett's always the backup.
So the real question here is what young quarterback gets the first shot?
It probably would be the higher pick. So Gabriel would rather have the first pick, the first chance here.
Yeah,
because he's a better quarterback than Shador Sanders.
We need to prepare ourselves for the, I think, likelihood that Shador Sanders is just a better quarterback than Dylan Gabriel.
Also, prepare ourselves for we might not see Shador Sanders this year.
Ooh, no one wants to hear that.
That might be a thing.
You think so?
What if Gabriel ends up playing a couple nice games? What if they want to tank? What if
I think that's the only way. I can't see Kenny Pickett holding to this job or Joe Flacco even being available for every game. But that's the only way we don't see Shador Sanders if Dylan Gabriel, basically Kirk Cousins him and, hey, you're a great backup and we're going to trade you because I'm the man.
Yeah.
Don't say it happened for Dylan Gabriel either, but
don't worry, you guys won't see it because they're not on primetime this year, so you won't see anything.
Not in primetime.
You have to go out of your way to watch Cleveland games this year. So good luck.
Yeah, Ashton Judkins, right? Is the guy? No, Quishon Judkins.
Yeah, they have. There's
Jerry Jeudy.
This is why. Not great, Jared. Not Jared Allen. Wow, what's the pass rusher? Myles Garrett. This is why he came back to play 0 primetime games. Not the money, Joey, because he loves football. Not the money. Yep. He wants to play.
Bengals, Steelers, and Ravens all have at least 4.
Yeah, but he loves football, not because Browns fans have had lows. It might be one of the all-time low.
It's one of the worst off seasons to be a Browns fan.
It's bad. It's bad.
It's not good.
Next year, fun. You have 2 first-round picks next year, but this year, bad.
That's our show for today. Thanks for joining us for episode 238. Hope you enjoyed it. Check out our other content as well. Don't forget, please, to subscribe to the channel, share it with a friend as we head into season 3 of the Bench Podcast. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have a lot of things in store for you guys. So appreciative that you guys are watching and engaging and commenting. We love you guys and hope you have a great week. We will see you again Saturday.
Peace.
Bye.